Hey everyone, Mike here, Skinny Boy Barbecue. Thanks for tuning in again. I hope everyone's well. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. So, here's my dilemma. Christmas time, just been and gone. Hope everyone's had a good Christmas compared to what you could do. Got my delivery yesterday from Bob's Family Butchers. I've been posting a few videos today actually. I've done one for Sea Crack. There's this one, there's an unboxing from Bob's. But I'm stuck. I've been wanting a meat grinder for ages because I wanted to make my own burgers. One of the burgers I wanted to make was a brisket burger. Now I'm sat here with this beautiful Canadian brisket from Mark sent me from Bob's Butchers. And I don't know whether or not I want to just cook a brisket because it's been a few weeks. I love brisket. It's probably been a month since I've cooked a brisket. But then also what I'm thinking about doing is, do I separate it? Do I try and remove the point from the flat and make burgers out of half of it? Help me, please. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, see what I do. Right, I've been thinking about this now for maybe about 20 minutes. It's been back in the fridge, it's come out of the fridge just to keep it nice and cold. I'm going to do this one as just a brisket. Canadian brisket, there's a local butchers to me, I can just go and get a little brisket from them. But this is probably 6-ish, 7 kilograms. So yeah, I'm gonna just do a little brisket. I love the Canadian brisket. What I am gonna do though is normally with this, I would use kosher salt, black pepper and a barbecue rub. That's kind of my go-to. That's what I like to use. This is just be for eating, give the family, perk them up a little bit because we're in lockdown. But what I'm gonna try and use is the Sea Crack. This is the black truffle salt. So I'm going to use the black truffle salt, some black pepper, and then a little barbecue rub to give it a bit of colour. We're going to put this on the Kamado Big Joe 3, but we're going to go ahead. There's not a lot of hard fat in this at all. This is going to be very minimal trimming, especially on the top here. So we're going to go ahead and get this trimmed up. We're going to get it seasoned up, and then we're going to get it fired up on the Big Joe 3. And we're going to get cooking. So, see you soon. So, the trim for this, all we're going to do is get rid of some of this. It's always great to do, by the way, when you've got your briskets freezing cold. There's no hard fat on that at all. But what I am going to do is just get rid of these little tiny bits. Trim up this chunk of fat on the top. Just give the bigger pieces just a bit of a trim. Keep the fat as well, guys. Now I've got my grinders and other bits of equipment for Christmas. I'm trimming this a little bit to the meat because I want to use all of this goodness. I'll use the fat. I'll go to the shop and I'll get either brisket, I'll get some chuck, something which is quite lean. I'll use this fat to for the burgers. So by having a little piece of meat. So I'll be interested to see as well who cooks fat side up, who cooks fat side down. I'm a fat side up kind of person, and I know this is an age-old argument. Do you know what? Just get rid of this little bit here. Just that discoloured piece. Still keep it though, it's still good, but I'll just use it for the burgers. Do you know what? This is probably the first brisket that I'm not going to have to trim too much off. Flip this over. Escapee piece of meat. If I can get my meat bar. Get rid of this silver skin. These little nibbly bits. I love these knives. Dalstrong. What knives do you guys use? I've been getting a few of these Dalstrong knives now for a while. I've got some other chef knives, but do you know what? I just really like the quality of these ones. See how I chickened out of trying to split this? Now we've got that chunk of fat which splits the two. That's quite a big piece, so what I'm just going to do is score into it. I just want to take some of this out. Because that's going to be a great bit of fat sauce for when I do make my burgers. And then, because I want a piece of this brisket, I'm just going to trim this whole side piece off here to make it nice and flat. I'm going to leave that as it is. Still a little bit of silver skin on there, but you know, you can trim too much into it. So let's get the seasoning started. So first of all, we're going to use the black truffle salt. I have no idea if this is the right thing to use or what, but I've used it on some other food and it's great. I'm also unsure because it's not the kosher salt that I would normally use, or what I used last time was like fleur de sal, whatever it was. Not sure how much to use on it, whether it's going to be too much, not enough. But I know I don't want to, you kosher salt and everything, you just give it a bit of a shake all the way over. Do you know what, let's try it. Little shake. Well, I'm happy with that bit there. We're going to follow this up with just some normal black pepper. And then the Killer Hogs barbecue rub always adds a bit of flavour to it and a bit of colour as well. And try not to take too much away from that sea salt. So let that hang out for 5 minutes. We're going to flip it over, do the other side, and then we'll go put it on the grill. So it's late, guys. I started this really late on. I hope you can see how good it looks. I love this jiggle. It's a bit like me when I wake up in the morning. But we're gonna cut into this. I've only got one hand, I haven't got my stand, so forgive me, but I'll come back in a sec. Oh, this looks absolutely perfect. Despite having a couple of issues with temperature earlier, I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased with the way it looks. And I can't wait to dig in and taste some of this with the sea salt on it that I put on earlier. Oh, guys, I can't wait any longer. So I'm just gonna cut myself a bit of a chunk. Fuck it. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna dive in. Wow. So tender. With salt. That's a game changer. An absolute game changer. Sorry, that's probably one of the nicest briskets I've ever done. I probably could have put a bit more pepper on it because it is on the edge of a little bit salty, not pepper. But wow, that salt's a game changer, guys. You definitely need to go and try that one.